got some loose rocks here. Gotta watch out. Man, it is nice to be in this canyon. Alright, good morning YouTube. It's me, Blake, and I am back with a little bit of a rebrand to my channel. I want to call the channel Out There with Blake, and I kind of just want to get out there with you guys on all sorts of adventures. I want to do some moto vlogs like this one. This is actually my first moto vlog ever. I want to do some backpacking, some hiking, some truck camping, some travel. And yeah, my goal is to take you along and, you know, maybe inspire you to get out there as well, because there's adventure everywhere and it's a big part of my life. But yeah, we are heading today to one of my favorite places in the whole wide world, Oak Creek Canyon. And while we head down there, I'm gonna tell you the story of how and why I got this bike here and why I ride. And we're gonna head down there and jump in the creek. That's the goal. It's a little bit warm here in northern Arizona. We're hitting the high 80s today, which is nothing compared to the heat in Phoenix. But yeah, as I said before, this is kind of my first attempt at a moto vlog. But yeah, another thing I want to try to do on this channel too is talk more about the gear that I use on these adventures. And yeah, I'll just mention that I got the new GoPro 13 Hero Black with the media mod so that I could plug a mic into it. And so that's what I'm doing here. So hopefully it sounds and looks okay. Again, this is my first real test. And we are cruising out here on the Yamaha TW200. I'll talk more about this motorcycle and why I picked it, and again, how I got on it, because it's kind of a crazy story. But yeah, I'm stoked today. This is a nice morning. We're gonna head down to one of the most beautiful places in the country, and we're gonna jump in the creek hopefully and cool off a little bit. There's also a water spring along the way that we can stop at. Typically I'll stop there. So for some context, if you don't know, I've been riding motorcycles for about 7 years now, on and off. I got my first bike back in Phoenix when I lived down there, and it was a Suzuki DR650, but unfortunately that bike got stolen, and it was kind of a good lesson learned for me. After that bike got stolen, I went and I got a Royal Enfield Himalayan, which is a 400cc. Then in 2021, when I hit the road full time, I sold the Himalayan. Yeah, I traveled for a while, and then I landed here in northern Arizona. So when I moved here, I always thought, yeah, it'd be fun to have a bike, but it wasn't really a priority. I was really focused on building community, which is the main reason that I planted down roots after traveling. And here is the beginning of the canyon. But yeah, anyway, just to get going on my story of how I wound up on this bike is, last summer I was having some major health challenges, and I was waiting to get seen by my doctor, or it was going to be a new doctor at the time, but because I was a new patient, because it's a small town, they weren't able to see me for a few months. Things towards the end of the summer seemed to be improving, but then everything came to a head in early August. I woke up one morning with some really bad abdominal pain coming in these big waves. It was so bad that I couldn't even get out of bed, and it persisted long enough to where I decided maybe it was best to go to the ER. They did a CT scan and realized that I had what was called an intussusception, which is basically a telescoping of my bowel. They described it like, you know, turning a sock inside out. That's what was happening to my intestine. So we got some loose rocks here. Gotta watch out. This road is so fun. Oh, it's good to be out here. Glad to bring you guys along too. Hopefully you can see why I like this area so much. Just a nice cruise. But anyway, they said I had this intussusception and that I was going to need emergency surgery that day. So they quickly prepped me and I went into surgery that afternoon. And fortunately, everything went pretty much as smoothly as possible. One thing I'll say too is the day of the surgery, by the time I got to the hospital, the pain was probably the worst I've ever had in my life. It was horrible. I was on the floor. It was not fun. But I got through it, and they did the surgery. And the one crazy part about the whole story is with an injury like what I had, and you can look it up, it's called intussusception. I know it's a weird word, but the chance of dying from it is actually pretty high, because what happens is you lose the blood flow to that tissue and it starts to basically die and you can go into sepsis. So they told me that had I not gone in that day, had I waited longer, there's a chance that I could have passed away, which is crazy. But anyway, we just dropped down into the canyon now and it's really nice and cool in here. You can tell the road's a little wet. I think there was some rain yesterday. But man, it is nice to be in this canyon. During my recovery, I was on Facebook Marketplace and I had seen this motorcycle for sale outside of Tucson. It's a Yamaha TW200. It's a small little dual sport bike with big fat tires. It always kind of piqued my interest, having ridden dual sports before, and I knew that the area that I live in would be good for this size bike, and I was always curious about them. I knew it would be really easy and fun to ride, which it is. This is one of the easiest bikes to just hop on and ride. It's a really good beginner bike. It's really light. It's easy to get around. Not much power at all, so it's not gonna like get away from you. But anyway, I was always interested in these bikes. I saw this one for sale near Tucson, and at the time, I just, knowing that I had almost, maybe to say I almost died is a little dramatic, and I know that's the title of this video, but you know, I'm playing the YouTube game, full transparency. Riding a motorcycle to me at the time was sort of a beacon of hope. It was something to strive towards that would basically indicate that I was healthy enough again to ride. We can do so much to try to control our lives, but at the end of the day, some crazy stuff can just happen out of nowhere. you never really know what you can control, and you never really know what's gonna happen. And so you might as well just enjoy what you want. And I wanted to ride again, so I drove down to Tucson, picked up the bike, worked on it. I changed the oil, I put these hand guards on, and it's been, you know, about 7 months now with the bike. It's summertime now, and I've been doing a lot more riding, and I'm so grateful I got it, because it is a huge source of joy for me, and I'm excited to take you along on more motorcycle trips. I want to do more off-road adventures, go to some beautiful places. But yeah, that's basically the story. You never really know what life is going to throw at you, so you might as well do what you want, do what you love, even if there's risk involved. Oh, we're at our spot now. And fortunately, it doesn't look too crowded. But yeah, there's the bike. You can see it's got these big fat tires, and this thing is a joy. It's just really easy to ride, and it'll get you pretty much anywhere you want to go. But anyway, we're gonna change real quick, and then we're gonna head down to the creek. All right, we made it here to the swimming hole, this little pool here, and it's a little warm, so I'm gonna jump in. Yep, that felt amazing. Feeling grateful for this place, for this day. And you know, you heard the story that I told about my surgery and all that, and yeah, I'm just trying not to take for granted freedom and health. Yeah, just remember that your health is probably one of the most important things. And yeah, freedom, man, freedom is good. Anyway, we are going to dry off here and get on cruising home. We might even just ride down the canyon a little further, because the views open up just a little down the way. So if you enjoyed this little adventure, I'd appreciate it if you subscribed or gave me a like, and feel free to comment on what sort of places you want to see me go, what sort of videos you want to see. Yeah, let me know, and thanks again for watching. Peace.